Hello everyone. It is Heather with my 6-week ankle update. If you have been watching all of my ankle injury videos, starting with the first one on December 4th, where I announced that I had fallen and injured myself, you may remember that the urgent care doctor that I first saw on the day of my injury told me that it would take 4 to 6 weeks for me to recover or heal. And that in subsequent videos, based on things that I researched and comments that I got from viewers who had also suffered injuries similar to mine, I learned that that was probably a very optimistic prediction. And then at one point, I found out that you're completely healed when there is no more pain and no more swelling. Well, it's been 6 weeks, and I'm definitely not completely healed, because there is still pain and there is still swelling. However, I have made significant progress since my last video, so I'm going to show you what's been happening over the last couple weeks since my last video right now. If you've watched our videos for a while, you know we don't normally have our phones in our bedrooms, but I had brought mine up last night because I wanted it, and I had it turned off and plugged in my room because I wanted to be able to film a video this morning, and that's one less trip up and down the stairs. So anyway, I wanted to tell you how my feet feel just getting up and what they look like. It's week 5. With sleeping, it still kind of hurts to have this one this way, so that side where the bone was fractured right here, if that's touching the bed, that's sore. And basically I would describe it as like a bruise, like I said before. And again, it feels really flat, like you can barely feel the bone there. And I really am wondering, and it looks weird too, I really am wondering if it got permanently, like the shape of it got permanently damaged. And it does still look a little bruised too. And again, this area looks to me, knowing what my foot normally looks like, more swollen and bigger than it would normally on me. Okay, this foot doesn't really hurt too. Oh, let me see. Again, it's the back. And I noticed that this morning. You know how in the morning when you first get up, you like stretch all over? When I did that this morning, I noticed that back here feels really tight. Like the back of my heel and the back of my calf feel really tight and stiff. And I'm not sure why that is. I don't know if that's from the injury or if that's from limited mobility, like in this past month, walking around with the boots and stuff and not using my foot like I normally would. And then the other thing I notice is when I try to bend it this way, like point my toes, it really hurts over here a lot. So I definitely think like something up here, this ligament or whatever is here, is what got hurt the worst. And then you can see it's still very, there's discoloration here, and it's still bulging and swollen. Not as much as it was, but it's definitely still there. I mentioned the Bomba socks in a previous video. I think it was in the 4-week update video where I was talking about how things went over Christmas, which was not great. And I have to say that these are like one of the best gifts I ever got. For months, I've been seeing ads, online for Bomba socks. And I think part of the reason for that is because I have struggled for a while to find comfortable socks. I've had a lot of trouble over recent years finding socks that I think are really comfortable. And so I think in my endless search for socks, Bombas keeps giving me these ads. I get other sock ads too. They're pretty expensive. And so I asked for them for Christmas from my mom because I couldn't really afford to buy them myself. And she got me 2 6 packs of calf socks, the longer ones. And that's what I'm wearing right now. And I like them so much, I definitely want to get more. And I definitely want to get the ankle socks for summer. And here's what I can tell you about them. When I first tried them on, I was like, oh, these are too tight. Now, keep in mind, my ankles are probably still swollen and they probably do feel tighter than they would normally, especially around this area. You can see right here even where that bulge is and how this one is wider here. I thought that this up here was too tight and it was going to be really uncomfortable. And when you first put them on, they do feel tight up here. But oh, the foot part is great. The foot part is really soft and cushy, and I just really love the whole foot part. And after I had them on and was wearing them around and everything, the tightness up here didn't bother me. And since I've been wearing these Bomba socks since I've been injured for the last couple of weeks, I think that they're actually helping my ankles in the way that like the compression socks that they originally gave me are meant to help my ankles. But maybe it's, I don't know. Because when I wear these, my ankles feel better and like don't hurt as much at the end of the day. So I almost think they're giving a little bit of support here somehow, but they don't feel exactly the same as the compression socks. They're better. So that's just one little thing. Try Bomba socks. They're really nice. I really do like them. And I am definitely going to get more when I can afford it. Hi guys. I've got shoes on. And when Megan and I were coming downstairs just now, I pointed something out to her. This is kind of weird. When I go up the steps, I have to do my left foot first, like this. Left foot, and then we're going, okay. I can't do the other way or it's too painful. But when I go down, I have to do the right foot first. It's so weird. If I try to do it, I can't do it. And actually, I think what it is it's this motion going down with this one trying to bear the weight. This hurts too much. So I have to do right foot first, going down. And I think that's what it is. The right foot cannot bear my whole weight by itself for as long as the left one can. So the left foot is stronger.
Here we have Mother exiting her habitat for the first time in about a week and a half. And she's walking. She has shoes on. She's walking across the sidewalk. And she's gonna try to drive the car. Here we go. It'll be an adventure. Oh, she jumps over the mound of snow. She is entering the vehicle. There's a lot of ice on the windshield wipers. I tried to get that off when I brushed off the car the other day, but it didn't really work. So the windshield wipers are kind of just buried. I only just started recording.
Oh, I'm putting on my sunglasses because it's a bright day. It's about 12:15 on Saturday, January 2nd. And I'm feeling pretty good today, so I want to try it. So we're going to try some close errands first, and if I still feel okay, we'll go farther for food. I would like to get Culver's because we've been missing our Friday night Culver's, but if it hurts too much, we'll just go to Burger King because that's really close. Okay, I am pressing the brake pedal. Oh geez. I think Andrew
Adjusted your chair.
might have moved my seat a little. Okay, so I put it closer. Okay, this is the first time, except for Andrew on Christmas Eve, this is the first time anybody's driven the car in a month. Over a month. Oh gosh, I feel weird. I mean, I just feel weird, like, because I haven't driven in a while, not even because of my ankle. It hurts a little, the pressing on the pedal, but it's not too bad. Honestly, right now the cold is bothering my ankle more than the
Pressure?
pressure. The gas pedal is easier than the brake pedal. This is in the way. Okay. Oh wait, I meant to turn. Whoopsie. I have to go around the block now.
Okay.
I guess the place that I feel a little pinch of pain is kind of in the same place as that weird bulge. Kind of the top of the right foot and then going over to the right. And keeping my foot straight up and down like this instead of like letting it turn feels better. Okay, the first thing we're gonna do is drop off a book that I read. This is really good, I liked it. In the little free little library.
Whatever it's called.
Yeah. I'm more feeling weird because of the length of time I've gone without driving at all, and the fact that it's winter now, and when I last drove, it wasn't. That's more weird for me than the ankle. Okay, new angle. So Megan doesn't have to hold the camera. I've now turned, now that the car warmed up a little bit, I have the heat going on our feet. So hopefully that'll warm the ankle a little bit. The left one feels fine, but then the left one doesn't need to do anything.
The ankle.
The ankle. The ankles. Alright, so now we're gonna, shoot, I actually need to go down the street I'm on. I'm gonna do a U. Here I go. This will be a special test of my abilities. Gosh, I feel like a brand new driver. Or like a really old lady driving. It goes really slow. Next stop, mailbox. To mail the thing that I mentioned in my last update about the insurance to pay for my injuries. If you don't know what I'm talking about, be sure and go back and watch that video. Going down a hill now, you need to press the brakes. I definitely feel okay, but I mean, I definitely don't feel like I could move my foot back and forth really fast, or, you know, like, I don't feel up to my former strength. I'm a little sad because we never got to drive through our town's Christmas light display this year, which is really cool, and it's off now. It only goes until New Year's Eve or New Year's Day, one of those, and we're past that now, so we didn't get to do that. So okay, oops, I'm a little far from the mailbox. Okay, it almost fell on the ground. That would have been terrible. Okay, it's a green light. Yeah, I guess I'm doing okay. The only thing I would say is it hurts more to press the brake pedal than to press the gas pedal.
It's not good.
Which could be bad, you're right. That's not good. But, I mean, like, I'll do it. I'll press it hard if I have to. It'll just hurt. Oh, the library. Shoot. Okay, more evidence that I haven't driven in over a month. I keep forgetting where I'm going.
Or you just keep forgetting where you're going.
Yeah, that too. That could be not a driving thing. That could just be a brain thing. What's wrong? What? Oh, you'll be okay. Megan doesn't like talking to people.
I don't like even being near people.
Is it the pandemic or your introversion?
It's the introversion. I guess the pandemic sort of made it so I don't have to interact with people. So when I do now, it makes it like 1,000 times worse.
Yeah. So yeah, how many of you are introverts like we are and can relate to Megan's? The pandemic is great for introverts. Most of us, if you can relate to us, we want the pandemic to end because we don't want people to be sick and die. But we don't want the pandemic to end and have things go back to having to like be in crowds and talk to people. Okay, Megan's gonna go pick up my holds from the library. That's the only thing you can do with the library right now. And I'm almost done with the book I'm reading, so I need more books.
Can't you also like return things?
Yeah, you can always return stuff because that's outside the building.
So what do I do?
I'm here to pick up my mom's holds. You're on my account temporarily because of my ankle injury. Just give them the card. They'll scan it.
So I just say I'm here to pick up my mom's holds?
Yeah, they know who you are.
Do they?
Yes.
Do they?
The mask. Yes, they do. And if they ask how I am, say she's progressing slowly. You have to look in the window first and make sure nobody else is in there. If somebody else is in there, you have to wait until they come out.
Oh, goodness.
Okay, we made it to Culver's, and thank you to Santa Claus. The gift card he left in my stocking exactly covered this meal. So yay, free Culver's meal. A couple things. The two things that hurt the most are having to hold my foot on the brake pedal like at a stoplight or a stop sign. And also like here in the line, anytime I stop, I want to put it in park and take my foot off the brake pedal because it hurts to have to hold the brake pedal. The other thing that hurts is having to lift my foot off the brake pedal. I mean, if you are aware, your brake pedal is actually a little closer to you than the gas pedal is, and having to like make the motion of lifting my foot off the brake pedal hurts. I can definitely do it. I can definitely drive, but I'm glad we don't really need to go anywhere because
It's painful.
It's painful and I don't want to do it if I don't have to. So like on Tuesday, for example, we have a grocery pickup scheduled and my dad is off work, so I think I'll probably have him pick up our groceries again and pick up our Tuesday tacos. Then after that, I'll probably do everything myself, but I'll limit it, just like we have been for the whole pandemic, to only, once or twice weekly necessary errands, and that's it. So I can drive, but it's not the most comfortable thing in the world. Hi, everyone. It is Monday, January 4th, 2021. Megan's back at school today. Ben doesn't have to do any school because he finished the whole semester before Christmas break. I just wanted to give you a quick update. I am wearing shoes now. I stopped wearing the boots a couple days ago, 3 days ago, the day that I tried driving. I went without the boots most of the day, and then about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I had to put them back on because my ankles started to get sore. But now, the last couple days, I have not worn the boots at all. They still hurt a little bit, but not too bad. But so I'm wearing my shoes all the time around the house. I keep some kind of shoes on for stability. I'm walking pretty well. However, now I have a limp. I'm limping because the right foot is still bad. The left one seems completely fine, the one with the fracture. But the right one is causing me to limp. So I'm noticeably limping. And it's still quite sore and feels pretty painful. So I'm waiting for a call back from the podiatrist medical assistant right now. I called this morning to see if I need to come back in, or it's been over a month now. Do they want to do an MRI on that right one? Or do they think it's fine and it's just going to take longer? So I will give you an update when I hear back from them. The podiatrist medical assistant did call me back, and she said that he does want me to come in. He had a note in my chart that if I was still having pain as of today, that he wanted me to come back in so he could evaluate it. So she thinks it's most likely that it's possible I might need some physical therapy. So that will be on Wednesday, the day after tomorrow. So I will let you know how that visit goes. Hi, I'm in the car. Megan's with me. And we just saw the podiatrist again. And today is Wednesday, January 6th. And today's visit was night and day better than last time. Megan and I both strongly think when we saw him the first time, he was obviously having a bad day. So something was going on with the poor doctor that day, that visit was not a positive experience. He was much, much better today. He was very nice. He specifically said, this is what you need to be doing, which was very helpful. He even got down on the floor and like showed me specifically what he wants me to do, like for some exercises and stuff. And like he was very, very nice. And they had the in-room x-ray machine thingy set up like they were gonna scan my foot. And I asked him if he wanted to do that, and he actually I felt very smart. He said, no, I'm not going to, because I think it looks good and I don't want to expose you to the radiation. So, cool. Okay, so basically, he did a lot more touching of my feet today than he did the first time. And I'm not sure if that's because of the bad day he was having the first time, or if he was maybe a little more afraid of causing me pain the first time, maybe. I'm not sure, but he did a lot more touching of my feet and really feeling around for where it was sore. He looked at the left one first, which we both agreed is in better shape than the right one. And he said, he acknowledged they are both still swollen significantly. And he said, you're going to see the swelling increase as the day goes on, which is definitely what I've seen. You know, like I said earlier, they feel best first thing in the morning, and they are the most sore at night right before I go to bed, as I've been on them all day. And he also said that the more swollen they are, the less range of motion I'm going to see, right? Yeah. The left one is just a little bit tender, like when he pushes on the side of it. It's still, and he acknowledged they're both still swollen. The right one is obviously much more swollen than the left one, which is what I've been saying. And he said it would have been nice to have video of my falling because he's like, you obviously really twisted it and damaged it, the right one, quite badly. And he said it's hard to say what exactly you did to it without having like video footage of what happened. And like we told him it was so fast. And he's not concerned about the left one at all because the left one is healing nicely, and he said it's very stable. He's not concerned about that small fracture in the left one at all. He said it's healing nicely. The right one, he pointed out 2 different ligament locations on the front / top of the foot, like right below that swelling. And he said that's why I have trouble, like right now when I'm driving, pushing down the pedals and also like pointing my foot. He said that's why that hurts. And he said that's that ligament right under there. That's the first thing that people hurt when they twist their ankle. Then he said the second place, which is what is hurting when I walk and causing me to limp, is over on the right side, kind of behind the bone. And he said that's a second set of ligaments that you must have also twisted. And what was the thing he was saying about the capsule?
Don't know. I was not paying attention to that part.
Oh, okay. Some kind of capsule, like over the ligaments. He said when I push my foot down, like the pressing of the pedals right now, he said that capsule gets stretched out. But he said when the back of the foot, like the ankle, like where it hurts in the back, like when I sleep, he said that's, I can't remember. But anyway, he was basically acknowledging every type of pain I'm having in that right foot and explaining to me why I'm having the pain in the places that I'm having. So he was like explaining the anatomy of it to me. He did also say that he is a little bit concerned that I may have damaged tendons. And he said when you damage tendons, that is a longer recovery. So he thinks I probably did damage at least 1 or more tendons in that right ankle, and that's why the recovery is going as slow as it is. And he said, I really think you're probably looking at 8 weeks for this one to completely recover because of that possible tendon damage. He said, if at 8 weeks I haven't made any progress at all from where I'm at right now, and I'm still in a lot of pain and limping badly, then he definitely wants me to come back, because then he does want to do an MRI. I told him how I was doing the alphabet letters with my feet, and he said, actually, that's probably not the best, because the whole twisty around thing is kind of how you got yourself into this. You know, that's what your injury basically was. He said what would be better is he wants me to focus on the up and down of the feet. And so he basically got down on the floor and said, I want you to, you know, kneel on your knees with your feet flat on the floor. And I winced when he said that, because I can just imagine that's going to hurt. And he said, and eventually I want you to be able to get your bottom all the way down, like in child's pose in yoga. And he actually suggested I should do some yoga, and, you know, showed me exactly what he wanted me to do to help strengthen and stretch out those places on the feet. And then the other thing he told me was he does want me to still ice them both in the evenings, because I still do have significant swelling in both feet, and so I should be icing them still in the evenings. So I was very pleased with today's visit, because he was very specific, he was very nice, he was very thorough in explaining what exactly was damaged in my feet. He gave me a more realistic time expectation for my healing. He told me exactly what I should be doing. I mean, he actually said, you need to be doing, this is what you need to be doing, and then told me what I should be doing. And he gave me very specific things to do, and he told me, you know, if at this point, this is where you're at, then do this. Very, very helpful visit today. He was very nice. This is how I remembered that doctor being, and why I was so discouraged and surprised at the other visit I had with him, because I've seen this doctor many, many times in the past, and he'd never been like that, ever. And so I was really like, it like hurt my feelings, because I was like, what the heck? So obviously he was having an off day that day, and today he was back to his normal self. So the other thing he said was he was very pleased to see that I was wearing regular shoes. I don't know if he must assume you drove me there. He didn't say anything about me driving today, so he knows I have driven, because we talked about like pushing the pedals, but I don't know if he maybe thinks Megan was driving me there. But he said like twice, I'm really pleased to see that you're back in your regular shoes. And I told him how like wearing the shoes and having the arch support of the shoes really makes me feel good. And then one last thing, I asked him about that sensation that my right toes are pointing outward a little, which is something that Ben noticed when I walked, and he said that's just your body compensating for the fact that it's injured and not to worry about it too much. And he said, you are injured, your body's going to compensate for your injury and try to, you know, I think it's just my right foot trying to stabilize me a little more, but give me a little bit more of that. You know, I'm walking a little waddly to give myself more support in that right foot. So I think that's all that is. Hi, it's been 5 weeks now since my fall and my injury, and I just wanted to tell you where I'm at. I do feel better having seen the podiatrist again. With what he told me, gave me a little bit more realistic expectations, I think, for my recovery, and made me feel better about the fact that I still have swelling and pain, and that's perfectly reasonable given what happened. And I guess I would say I'm getting around pretty good. I can drive. I would prefer not to drive if I don't have to, because it does hurt to push the pedals down. It especially hurts to have to hold the brake pedal down like at a stop sign or a stoplight. So except for like the absolute most necessary errands around town, that'll probably be the extent of my driving. And I can get around the house completely fine. I guess the two things that are difficult are the stairs is hard. I have to be very slow and deliberate on the stairs, and I do have pain in the right ankle when I go up and down the stairs. And then the other thing is, to quote Baymax from Big Hero 6, I am not fast. I am not fast. I cannot move around very quickly at all. I'm very slow. Like when the phone rings and I have to get to the phone in the kitchen, I'm I feel like I'm going to die because I'm trying to get over there quick to catch it before it stops ringing and the answering machine picks up. And so that's difficult. I can't get around fast. I'm slow moving. So those are the two main things that I'm dealing with at this point. I will update you again in a week. To give you an idea of where I'm at right now today, I can walk around the house pretty well. However, I move very slowly and I am limping quite significantly because of the pain in my right ankle. I have taken on most of the household tasks back from Megan. She still helps like a little bit more than she would normally, but for the most part, I'm doing almost everything. I've gone back to cooking dinner. We are still eating microwave meals for our lunch just because we found that to be very quick and easy and convenient. And we might just keep continuing doing that because it's very simple. And then I cooked dinner. And then we basically had to stop ordering food because we ran out of money. We don't have any money right now. Megan she did all the vacuuming for me, like after we took down the Christmas tree and stuff, but she is still doing the laundry. I have not been down to the basement since I fell and hurt myself, and I'm quite scared to go down those steps actually. So I can do most things, but I move really slow and it is painful. It's still painful in my right ankle. It's painful to walk. It's painful to drive. So I only drive if I absolutely have to and for as short a distance as possible. I think I've only driven like 3, maybe 4 times. And going up and down the stairs is quite painful and slow and difficult. And I do still have a little bit of trouble with sleep. Now, last night I slept good. I slept straight through. I don't remember waking up at all. I had a bunch of nightmares, but I don't remember. It's mainly if I'm not asleep yet and I'm trying to get into a comfortable position. That's when I have trouble with my ankles in bed, and even still the left one a little bit depending on how I'm laying. It did make me feel a lot better when the podiatrist updated the expectation to 8 weeks, and that he confirmed that the right one is quite severely damaged. I will be checking back in with you at 8 weeks or 2 months basically, and giving you another update to see how I'm doing then. Keep in mind that if I'm not significantly better, that then he wants to do an MRI, which may be a whole nother phase of this journey. So fingers crossed that I make more progress, have less pain, and that the swelling completely goes away, because there's still swelling in both ankles, especially the right one, by the time we hit the 8-week or 2-month mark. Thank you for continuing to watch these ankle injury update videos. Please subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any future updates, and give me a thumbs up down below if you like this video. Thanks everyone. Safe travels.